Hi everyone, it's Jason and I'm here to talk to you about the reporting process for Term 1 and Term 5. You'll see in the film workspace under General, we have the May 2019 Year 2 students and teachers. We provide a Term 5 grade and the engagement rating for weeks 38 through 40. And the Year 1 students, the 2020 cohort, we're just providing engagement ratings. All right, so I've provided a few links here for the reporting process. These were provided in the PLC, but I also put them here, and then I also put them in our Film Workspace Files area. So if you ever want to access anything regarding reporting, you can click on Files, go down to Reporting, and you'll see some different folders and files and stuff. And here I have the current school year's reporting guidelines, and we have that information. Okay, so we're dealing with the terms 1, 3, and 5 reports. So if you look at the term 1, 3, and 5 reports, you'll see that that for the term 1, all right, the reporting period is weeks 1 to 8. Well, we're really in 7 right now in Year 1, so we're finishing up week 7. Then we'll have a break. You notice that we end on the 23rd, which is today, and then they don't come back until the 30th. So you'll also see that the students in week 8 will have a Term 1 report, which is a self-reflection piece. Okay, so you're not going to provide a grade. You're only going to provide the engagement rating, the engaged, or IE, or NE. All right, and you're going to submit the ERs by the end of the mid-semester break, so that's by the 30th. Okay, students are going to write their self-reflection reports. All right, by the end of week 8, so that's really 2 weeks from now. Okay, and then you're going to review and comment and approve by the end of week 9. So those all will then be published at the end of week 9. Year 2, we're looking at weeks 34 through 40. Okay, we're going to give a grade, a 1 out of 7 grade, and an ER, engaged, IE, or NE. All right, we're going to provide the term grades and the ERs by the end of the mid-semester break, so that's a week from today. Students will do their self-reflections by the end of the following week, and then we'll review and comment and approve by the end of week 42. Okay, so that's just a brief overview of what's going on with reporting. All right, so the reporting infographic here, we have this for you when it comes to comments and grades. Since we don't have to do a full detailed report right now, just keep these things in mind when you are responding to the self-written reports, okay? When you comment, if you're going to provide some sort of criticism or whatever, make sure that you also provide something that is going to help them address it in a constructive way. Okay. For grades for the Year 2 teachers, we're going to use the 1 to 7 scale, and we have the IB boundaries. Not just the IB boundaries, but the Pamoja IB film boundaries, which we will use for the school grades. Okay, so we have the grade boundaries found here. They really haven't changed at all. So you'll notice that we have provided here the IB grade boundaries, but these are only for assessments. So when we are doing our actual grades, which Year 1 teachers don't have to do that for this Term 1, but IB Film 2 teachers will have to do this for Term 5. We will use the IB Film grade boundaries for our department. So you notice that 0 to 20 is a 1 as opposed to the IB boundary, which is 0 to 13. Okay, so we're really looking at 60 to 100 are passing scores, but notice that we're really looking at 41 through 100 is passing for the actual assessments. So use the IB Film grade boundaries for our department. And also remember that there's a no zero policy. So if you do have zeros in the grade book right now, before you calculate your grade for the Term 5 report, that you remove those zeros. You can always put an X in there, and it should indicate that nothing was submitted or whatever. Usually in the reports, if it's a written report, I'll write down what exactly they have missed, and I'll include that in the report, but we don't have a full written report this time. Okay. Like I said before, there's a bunch of these the other instructional things or guidelines or templates provided in the files area. One thing for the engagement rating, we have the infographic here, so the infographic has not changed. Fully engaged, IE and NE. We just use this, not just here in our department, but Pamoja wide. We're using the engagement policy. So make sure that if you're going to give somebody fully engaged, they've viewed the content, they've posted in the discussion forums appropriately, they've turned everything in. If they haven't turned everything in, they're automatically IE. Okay, and if they haven't logged in and they don't have anything submitted, they're NE. Okay. And if a student, writes in their self-reflection, that they have been engaged or whatever, and they refute the fact that you've assessed them as non-engaged, you can always refer them to the engagement policy, saying, well, you may have logged in a number of times, but you haven't submitted anything, so you're not engaged. Or if a student's like they've submitted everything except for maybe one thing, and they're taking exception that they're not fully engaged, again, you can remind them when you respond to the comments or the report that, hey, look, we're looking for 100% assignment completion to consider you fully engaged. All right. So the good news is that this reporting window is pretty easy for us. This time around, it's going to be more comprehensive once we get into the Term 2 and Term 6 grades, which would be, essentially this semester, and those reports will be quite a bit more comprehensive. And if you want a heads up, the reporting infographic will help you with that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves right now, just to get caught up in your grading and start, the year 2, we're getting the PM1s for the first time, so we're going to be busy looking at student videos and commentaries this week while the students are away. And that's about it. If you have any questions or whatever, you can definitely post up here in the reply area, or you can contact me, and I'm here to help. I've also sent this via email, so make sure if you haven't seen this, just look at your email. But one thing I didn't include in the email is just a clarification of what you have to do, which is Term 5 grade in the ER, Term 5 grade using the Pamoja Film Department grading scale, and then for the year 1s, just the ERs. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the show. Talk to you later.